Welcome back to the No Tact Talk podcast, where the only rule here is to have no tact. Y'all, this has been a minute since we have been, in person.
In person,
You're watching on YouTube, you already see my lovely guests to my left to your right. But I always got to do a little business rules in the beginning. Y'all been buying the hoodies. I appreciate y'all. Y'all took my advice on the white hoodies because it's way cleaner than the black. That's all I'm saying. Gotten feedback that how you get a shirt and you wash it and then the print might come off or the hoodie might get a little dingy. These some good quality hoodies.
And they're white
or black. Everybody go for the black.
But everybody go for the black because the white you just assume it's
gonna get dirty for sure. But you gotta have that crispy. It's kind of like everybody gotta have that one Air Force One, that one crystal cocaine white bleach Air.
I know myself. I don't do white.
Really?
Yeah, because
I don't do yellow. Blends in with my skin.
Oh. I do yellow. I love yellow. It works well with my skin.
Yes, any bright color. I'm sure red does good with me. I can wear a red shirt.
You wear a red shirt, yeah.
Anyway, so excited to be here. Like I said, to be in person again. Last couple were through Zoom, and they've been amazing as well. But hey, you gotta go. What you gotta go.
Yeah.
But here as a staple in the No Tact Talk community, you're not anybody. You probably won't even be on this podcast if you don't have a bio. What do bios mean? That you've done something. And then you're doing something.
You is important.
You is special and important. We have Chelsea Evans. She is an inspirational writer and social media content creator. Her purpose is to educate others to become the best versions of themselves through her writing and speaking. She has achieved many accomplishments within her career and continues to focus more on empowering others, creating a legacy that inspires many, and doing more for the next person along the way.
Yes.
With this passion to help build and uplift others, she continues to aspire to be an excellent leader. I've been practicing that all day.
Yeah.
Here's the second part. All right. Chelsea strives to
it's a bio.
Yes, to be transparent. And this is great because I usually get a page. This is perfect.
Blurred.
Good blurred. Transparent online community, which is actually we'll talk about that in a second. As well as with her readers, with her bold faith, she continues to dream big in order to become more in regard to aligning with her purpose. As the author of God's Foundry and Balance, which we have here today, go copy, right?
Yes.
She's grown in her self-confidence, realizing that her story is never for her, but for someone else. Along with her husband, who's taking pictures in the back one time for the husband.
What? One time?
They continue to break down barriers in order to build generational wealth for their family. With all that being said, bring on the applause.
Woo, woo,
right, we got a little crowd in the back too.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going phenomenal. That bio.
It's sick. It's
just
beautiful.
When I read it and I hear you talk about it, I'm like,
that's you.
That's me. I get so amazed at that. That is me just hearing it and hearing somebody else read it. It's like, wow, I really am important.
You are.
I'm important.
You are. You're super important.
I'm super important, y'all.
We don't have basic people on this podcast.
No. I'm never basic. I might come off as quiet first time.
No, the quiet ones are the dangerous ones.
Dangerous.
Y'all, you should talk to my wife more. Tell me, y'all two peas in a pod.
Yeah, I can come off as quiet and it's like, oh, she's so quiet and she's super nice. But when you get to know me, what? Yes. I'm all over the place.
I just want to thank you as well, both of y'all, for letting us come in y'all crib.
Thank you. Okay,
undisclosed location somewhere in Africa. Letting us come here in y'all crib. But no, I wanted to talk about a lot of things today. That's why I have my notes. Sometimes I have the iPad, sometimes I don't. But first question is, why do you care? That's a question I've been asking a lot of people because, you're doing great things. Yeah, you're awesome. You're doing whatever. People making money and books and,
But why do you care?
Why do you care?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Take it wherever you want to take it.
I care because that's what people need. People need to feel like that they can come to you and just vent to you without having to feel like, oh, if I start talking to her, she's going to start talking about herself. No, I care for somebody to listen to them wholeheartedly and basically give that energy that they are looking for at that moment, because you never know what a person needs.
Yeah.
And you don't want to come off as like, if that person is having a bad day and then you're just pushing onto your thoughts about what they're going on.
Molly from Insecure.
Don't
was just talking about that.
Dang, that is Molly. oh snap, I wasn't even about to go there. But like, don't be a Molly.
Yeah.
I love Molly though. But yeah, like when you start talking about someone else's event to you, and then you start talking about your own troubles, it takes away from the value of actually caring for that person.
Is that what you used to do?
No, I never did that.
Okay, so you was on the other end, getting mad at people that's doing that.
I wouldn't, and that's another reason I wouldn't talk. I used to be the person that would hide all of my emotions in and not say anything because it's like, I need, like, hold this in because I'm the only person that's going to actually care about the situation.
Ooh, okay, so this is aside from family?
Aside from family, aside from...
What about Bae?
Oh, that's, like, that was before I met him.
Okay, so
this was pre-Bae. This was, like, going off to college.
Yeah.
I had girlfriends who, you know, cared for me, and I would still be, like, hide all of my emotions in until I exploded. Never a good thing.
Yeah, also flying here. I was going to say that. This is no text. See,
I know, I'm like,
your normal podcast would just ignore it or try to clip it out.
Be like Mike Pence with the fly.
But life is not like that, people out there. Life isn't just rainbows and perfect.
Mike Pence, the fly won't go away. We have the door open early, and it's like, get out of here.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a no tech talk fly. And he's probably going to be, I'm not going to edit that out. I do very minimal
don't wipe it out. No.
Editing.
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. So like, I take stuff too hard. Bad.
That's me.
Like I still remember stuff that people said they would do for me like 10 years ago.
That is me.
I don't try to do it. It just happened. And it's just like, well, one day I see them like, man, you still owe me this. You still said you were going to do that. And I don't know if that's good or bad, you know. It's like you said you was going to do it.
For me, it's more so like if you have this whole, like a blurb, if you have this whole blurb and the first thing that you say is something that I can take as a negative thing, I hold on to that versus looking at the whole picture of what was said.
So first
Corlin knows
everything.
Yes.
Okay.
He has to deal with me on that.
A while back.
Yeah.
Mutual friend. What was your first impression of us?
Y'all are cool people. Oh. Yes.
It's close.
Cool. Like,
okay.
Y'all hit it, like, with you and Corlin, especially with the whole Marvel thing, that was a, like, shoe-in right there.
The
like,
superheroes usually break the ice for a lot of people on my tattoos.
Yeah, he noticed that off the bat.
I am real about my nerdiness. Yeah. I am real.
Yeah, y'all are cool people. We enjoy spending that time with y'all. Like, it was a great day.
What I was thinking about when I was preparing, and I have many reschedules of doing this in the first place.
So many reschedules. Oh my God.
Partly was my fault. Partly was her fault.
Yeah, we were all over the place.
That's good, though, because we're busy. We say, I think together, it's like, I remember saying this. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I was like, wow, she is just so confident. That's the first thing. I haven't always been like this, though. It oozes out of you. And you just met us. You were comfortable. You knew the people around us, too, but, like, you were talking to us like we knew each other for forever. And y'all had a vibe, you know. And speaking, look at the. We're gonna zoom in on this later. Look, if you listen on this, y'all can watch this on YouTube. But like,
y'all see that couple?
They all together. You check her Instagram out, and you just you're killing it. And so some people, they kind of like fake it till you make it. You just kind of see maybe like they're in like that phase. But I wanted to ask you, like, where does that, or how did you develop it? How did I develop any of it?
Yes, that confidence. It took a while. I haven't always been like this. I was always that person that was in my shell, shy. I'm not talking to anyone. And it was just got to the point where I knew I had a purpose, and I knew in order for me to share my story, I had to talk about it. I had to open up. I had to be vulnerable with people. Okay. And that's where that transparency comes from. Because you don't want to feel like this, like you're caged in, and then no one is coming to you because you're not open and you're not vulnerable to other people, even in those hard times. Like, being transparent, that's what people are looking for. Yeah, they are looking for people that look like them or have gone through some type of struggle as them, and that's how people gravitate towards me.
I was thinking that's great. I was thinking about that as far as content creation, what your husband does, what you do. To us, we think that, oh my gosh, like, it's a million people doing this. It's not. It's not.
It's not a lot of people doing it, and people are only giving you the highlight reel of their life. Of course, you're going to show what you show. Yeah. But if you're not open to all the things, then, like, what are you doing it for?
So what was your first time of you coming out of your shell? What was your first, like, here moment?
My moment. That's a good question.
You talk to yourself, right?
Yeah,
and this is it. I gotta do this.
I have to do it. Yeah, I guess it was when I want to say when I wrote the first book. I feel like that is when I was processing the moment of you have to be transparent. You have to show up, and that was a moment for me. God told me to write this book back in. I'm gonna say I had a whole bunch of journals that I'm a writer. I write every experience, every life story. I wrote it down. And back in 2013, it was like, okay, you're gonna write a book. I didn't believe that. I'm like,
how does God talk to you? Everybody says something different. Because people say that, and I want to skip over that because I know what you're saying. But
other people might not
be like, God talking to you.
Yeah.
They think it's just gonna be this thunderous voice.
It's not loud.
In the
it
shower,
is still, and it's in those quiet moments is when He's talking to you, like, or messages that you see around you. It's not a coincidence when you see a message that's uplifting, and it's like, man, I needed that message today. That is God speaking, because it's not going to be this loud thing, or you're going to actually hear a verbal voice, but it's Him speaking. You feel it. And,
Jay, stop on the podcast.
What?
Stop it. No.
Jay, you hear me? Don't do that no more.
Did you take out the chicken? Your wife's on her way home. You know?
That's a good one. She's on her way home. Right. So, take out that chicken.
I always tell people,
oh my God.
God gave me the time to have this conversation because with the more information that we have, God's becoming more taboo.
Yeah.
And they can research anything. They can Google anything. They can find out what color Moses' shoes were. And like, the Bible said it was purple, and
not
this link said it was green. So how can I even believe any of it?
Jay, he had the
down
Jesus
across.
Shoes on.
You had the Nike with some Air Force One, the originals.
Yeah,
with Jesus 12s.
Jesus 12s.
Some sandals, the Easy Slides.
Easy. Come on.
Ugly shoes, by the way.
Ugly shoes. But yeah, God spoke to me in 2013, and I just felt like I wasn't ready. And so this is the background for God's Foundry, to where I then had a boyfriend, 2014, and then life was going on. Things were good.
What is a foundry? What is that?
Foundry. So
I wanted to wait to ask. I didn't want to look it up.
You want me to talk about it now, or you want me to wait?
No, now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna jump around.
Okay, so foundry. So you know the little furnace that if you what are those workers that they put the like to create metal and they put it in the fiery furnace? Okay. That's the foundry. So God's foundry is a symbol of God placing you in the foundry in order for you to come out as gold. But you have to go through the fire. You can't skip that process.
So it's talking about the fire in this book.
Yes.
What did T.J. say? The crushing. Do you remember that?
Yes, the crushing. He had an acronym for it. Or was that pecking? He had pecking too. But yes.
I think he had crushing, and they had the book after that was called Sword or something like that, once you get done with the crushing phase.
Yes.
So
like it's pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and you feel like how can I do this? I want to quit. But even if you like, that's one of my chapters. When you say I quit, what are you quitting from? You're just saying it, but you still have to go through it. You still have to take the necessary steps. It might be hard to figure out, but at the end of the day, God is walking you through it.
So what do you say to the people that are like, no, I get what you're saying, Chelsea, I do.
Yeah.
But you ain't got that fear like I got.
Yeah.
Because everybody think that fear is like proprietary to them. And I got this crippling fear. And
it's a crippling fear. Like you can't sleep at night. You break out into a sweat. You wake up, if you're asleep, you wake up and you start like panicking. That's a thing. I've definitely been through that. I talk about it in the book. Like I've had that experience. And at the end of the day, it didn't help me. It would just be worrying at the fact of what was going on. Like rather it be financial issues, rather it be, again, I was writing in my journal, so it was boy issues that I had.
We ain't no good.
No good. My God. Like, ooh. I won't even go there. But we're riding a part 2. But yeah, I mean, those moments, it's like, why are you worrying? Like, what is the point? Like, it adds no value. That's scripture, y'all. It adds no value.
Okay, because, I feel that. Because I'm a hard learner. Yeah. I'm always repping for the hard learners. Like, I legit have to, like, I don't know, throw a brick through some glass. I don't know, like, you know how people just like write a letter and like burn. How do you be like something like I could touch, like, be symbolized with it? Because I can't just like wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna do this.
It's not easy.
It's not.
You would,
and I think people forget about it. Sometimes you might just have to go in Walmart and yell, just to break your fear of anxiety. Or yell in your cart.
No,
you gotta rip it off, right? Because you say you're
gonna look like a crazy person.
Who cares? That's what makes us so different. Content creators. Why? All of our people that look at us, right?
I'm not yelling at no Walmart.
No, think about it. See, think about it like this. Everybody wants to go to Instagram. Everybody want to have no tag, be 100, whatever, right?
Right.
But they're not willing to go into Walmart and yell. Why do you do something like that? Yes, absolutely.
Wait, you have?
And I was sober.
Did they look at you crazy?
Absolutely. Do they pay my bills?
No.
Exactly. Are they ever gonna see me again?
Why did you choose Walmart?
It's just saying to myself, because I talk a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's saying to myself, like, I'm not afraid of nothing. If I say I'm gonna be a speaker, I gotta be able to go somewhere and just yell and like not be afraid of anybody, right?
Now I want to do it, y'all. Oh my god!
I'm just saying because you're gonna be a little. Everybody has a little anticipation and something like that. But if you when I saw you speaking in that video, you were commanding the room, had the heels on, you was killing it. You had the little.
I had that attention grabber. Like I had a question that I asked and participation.
So I want to make sure that I'm always looking that fear in the eye, because if I don't, it's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
It's gonna like legit like cripple me. I'll never speak again. Like, cause I have to always look in the eye, cause if I don't, I'm like, well, I'm gonna get inside of my head all the time.
Yeah.
And I think people, and especially from what I've seen from you, which is amazing, which is definitely why you're here.
Yeah.
When they see you, it gives them encouragement, but they still have to do it for themselves.
Yeah. No one can do it for you.
You know what I'm saying? God always gonna be there waiting.
No one can do it for you.
Him, you know?
You have to choose him. But here's the thing with fear. Something that everyone uses the what's that fear acronym?
Goodness.
Fake evidence appearing real.
Yeah, that
Fake
one.
Evidence appearing real.
That one never really helped me. Like I will always I still have fear.
Of course.
One of my challenges. Like y'all saw me. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm doing this podcast, and then now that I'm talking, I'm in it. Like I just have to take that step. But fear, face everything and rise.
There you go.
That one is the one.
That ain't a clip.
Yeah, that's a clip. Yeah, because I just needed. I have that on a sticky note to remind me, like whenever that fear comes up, you have to face it, face everything and rise.
I sing a song.
Fear. That's in a song.
You
said what's the song?
I sing a song. Whatever's on my heart. So I remember in the military, Nick at Night. If y'all don't know anything about the military.
Yes, Nick at Night.
You know about that?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
born in the 90s. What?
Well, no, not the TV show.
Oh.
So they call it Nick at Night. It's usually on Friday.
Oh, it's not.
It's barbed wire, and they're shooting a 240 machine gun.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's Nick at Night?
Army
stuff.
Night.
Oh, I'm thinking about Nickelodeon.
Well, that's a good show, too.
Okay.
Shout out to Nick at Night. Channel 19. Am I tripping? Back in the day? That's Channel 19?
You just embarrassed me with that.
Well, no. I was like, you're sorry? No, so basically,
embarrassed me, y'all.
You're crawling under barbed wire while pretty much a guy just shoots a gun over you. I mean, it's like 6 feet above the so it's to get you in that mindset of you pushing past that mental barrier. A lot of the big organizations, even a sorority, military, whatever, there's like a trial by fire.
Mm-hmm.
The foundry.
The foundry, yes.
Right? And so, but it's just getting yourself in a mindset. So I said, I'm afraid, obviously. I don't want to do this. It's late at night. It's sand in my drawers. I'm in South Carolina. It's crazy. I'll never forget it. And I said, what am I going to do to get through this? I started singing Amazing Grace. That's the first thing that came to mind. So they were laughing at me. Again, not caring what people think. I didn't have time to. I think a lot of times we don't have time to legit care. We're so worried about what we got going on, right? So, Amazing Grace, how sweet.
Oh my God.
And I did it. They was laughing at me, Coach, you crazy.
But it got you through. You faced it. And you rose.
Boom.
That's amazing.
This is what I'm remembering through you. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm looking at what you do, what you talk about, how you sit sometimes, right?
I can't compare to that.
Even how you look at your man.
I'm looking at him, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Dude got green eyes. Like, it's wild, You look at, I know.
Yeah.
I tell you, go to the store, you coming back. You know what I'm saying?
He's coming back with the milk. Okay,
he ain't leaving.
He's not leaving.
You know what I'm saying?
He picking up the milk and coming back.
And coming back. So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So I just think that it's so amazing. Usually I feel like to apply towards the end, but I wanted to start off with that as well.
Oh, thank you.
So
we got to go back to the story. I wasn't done.
what was it? Oh, see, I'm sorry. My bad. Keep me on.
I had a bookmark though, so we
Thank
good.
you.
So yeah, we got together. We were
When
dating,
he was back.
and then 2015 he proposed. It was December, and I was I was the girl that was like had the wedding plans already, growing up, had the songs put together, knew what I was like, the dresses I wanted. I was that person. So when he proposed, I was like gung ho. Found the wedding venue that same month.
Oh, wow.
Went dress shopping the next month. Got the dress. Like I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then God stopped me right in my tracks. He was like, "You have to stop planning and finish that book."
Okay. And you were sad.
I was sad.
I'm presuming.
I was sad, but then it gave me motivation to put out this book that he had been telling me to do for so long. And I couldn't move forward with the planning, something that I knew I wanted to do. So it pushed me. Like, it was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Because you're like, that conviction is real. Like, you need to stop planning and focusing on this book. So I did all of that in January. And then by March, I had the book.
Okay. And when y'all got married?
We got married in November. It'll be 5 years next month.
Let's go.
5.
How does that feel?
That feels good to say. Oh my
That's
gosh.
good.
It feels so good.
Okay, so now we're married.
It's a blessing.
We're married. Got the book.
It's all right. Oh, wow.
He said it's all right.
He lying.
I already know.
Lying.
No, so got the book. We married now.
Yeah.
So you're an author.
Yes, now I'm an author.
What's the
author and married, and that's the only book that is authored by Chelsea Piper.
Piper.
Yes.
And now it's Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Because Evans, he brought you up a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Piper's weird.
Piper is not.
It's
I
a weird
love
name.
Piper.
Your last name, sorry.
But that's my last name.
That's
They used to
what
call
you
me Piper. I used to hate that. Don't call me that.
See, now you're a different category. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
People call me Cortez all the time. They think I speak Spanish. They say, you want a coat? No. Ha ha ha. Like, bro. Love a name. Just saying.
Just saying. Oh, yeah.
But,
I can see. Yeah.
where we at?
But yeah, I'm an author.
Yeah, so you're an author. So what is the feedback from the first book like? How are you feeling like, okay, I've done it. Now what now?
The first book, very, first time doing it and didn't know what to expect. So I didn't really promote it the way that I'm doing with the second book.
Okay.
So I've been really reflecting on that especially this past weekend. I just been reflecting on that with knowing like, okay, I made profit with this book. My first book, I was selling it for $5.
Well, that was for you though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing now like that was for me, because for the second book, it was more so like, okay, here's your chance you need to promote it more. You need to speak on it more. You need like, this is the book. And so for the first book, it was more so like, you need to put it out because you got to take that step.
So how did you even get those people there? You're like, okay, I have a book. What now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what amazes me.
Support.
Okay. So yeah,
I have a support support system. Like people that I've grown up with, people that I've met during college, family. I have that support that I can really depend on and count on.
Because it's like, it's proof.
It's proof.
You know, it's proof in the. Because for me, I think about that as well. Like, because I've been put as extroverted as I am.
Yeah.
I don't really like people that much. To be perfectly honest.
I love people.
I don't. Not enough to like. You gotta keep up with folks. You gotta see how they doing. You can't really just ask them like 6 months from now. You can even wish them happy birthday on Facebook. It's the whole thing. So I really have to care.
You putting too much thought in it.
I'm not, because I'm intentional.
Because if you don't say happy birthday and then you reach out to them a little later, then I mean,
I would rather just hit you up and be like, hey, yo, what's up? I need this. No.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't just hit them up because you need something though.
No, I'm like, for my wife, I use her as an example.
Okay.
I'm terrible with cars. Her dad works on cars all the time. Hey, baby, that ain't me. So I work hard at work to make the money to just.
Get it
I paid
$212
for a guy to replace a light bulb in her car. Because how much? 206. Oh, whatever. But no, you can readily get to it. You had to like take the battery out. She like aftermarket hell. It was a whole thing,
right? Different. He will watch a YouTube channel and
most stuff, sure.
was like,
but at this particular day, I said, no, I work hard. We got the money. I'm
gonna just do it.
Because you know when you go to the car place, whatever, y'all, you go there for oil change, they come out like some $900 stupid thing.
They start adding on like you need this for this car, and I'm like,
go
I don't need none of that.
Go ahead, Tim.
Go ahead.
Place that light bulb. The next one out, like the next 2 months, I was so mad. Okay,
dang, that's crazy.
So now I want to smoothly transition over.
Let's transition
to
we're about to pivot, y'all.
Pivot. Why is body positivity so important?
Oh my God.
Because again, you could just be your fabulous self and live your life and let other people be like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm woke. I'm gonna let y'all get it when y'all get it.
Yeah.
Again, y'all go on her social medias. You look
Pin by chills.
Right?
Across the board.
And you see you just doing it. Wearing whatever you want to wear, doing what you want to do, unapologetic.
You listen.
Why? Again, why?
Okay. So I'm glad you said the unapologetically. So shout out to my sis. Hey, Sil girl.
What's up?
So for one of my birthdays, I can't even remember the year. We went around the room, all of my friends that were there. We went around the room. Well, they went around the room to give me advice.
Okay.
And Sil, she said, she said, be unapologetically you. And from that moment on, I just knew that is what I had to do. No matter what people are saying, no matter how I feel they may say about me, I don't need to care.
Right.
And I guess that's probably where it all really started from, because I wasn't always like that. Like, again, shy and timid. And when I wear my outfits, it's more so like, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like when you have your friends and you're hyping them up, like, oh, girl, I see you. Hey, like, I like the outfit. Polka dots and, stripes. Hey, girl. Okay. I do that to myself in the mirror.
Okay.
Like, I don't wait until somebody else does. I make sure I do it first.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have to, like, even before Carlin, I have to beat him to it. Because I can't wait on him. And sometimes I might look for it a little bit. Just a little bit. But then after a while, I'm like, whatever. I'm doing me. Like, that's how I feel.
That's so dope. I talk about that all the time. Just having it for yourself.
Yes.
Before any, because I went the majority of my life saying I'm not crazy. Like, that's a big deal to me. Like, I'm not crazy. Like, I have this thing that just naturally happens of me just living. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something I'm always just prone to do. It's not nothing negative, nothing bad. But people will be telling me it's what the podcast came from. You got no tact, you no cool, you crazy.
I like that.
I'm from the old school Alabama, so no tact was like a thing. Uncouth. You got called uncouth in Alabama?
It's country.
You know?
Uncouth.
At church.
Oh, not at church.
Anyway.
Okay.
I
That's part 2, y'all.
Part 2. I never heard that story. Oh, let's take a break. Okay, so we're going to take a break here in a second.
Break.
The producers got us in the back by the hoodie. See y'all in a second. What's going on, world? You know what? I know you're enjoying the episode right now because you're still here, right? No, but this is a quick little commercial to just promote the podcast website. This is actually the No Tact Talk podcast website. If you have not been there, go check it out right now and then come back to the episode. But anyway, the most important part of this website is the salvation tab. So you can click the top of the screen. I made an entire video. I think it's about 4 or 5 minutes long, not too long video about kind of how I came to Christ, my salvation experience, and how you can actually get saved through video. I think this is the best thing I've ever done because it's all about the people. It's all about getting people saved. That's why I do this. Also, we have merchandise. If you're interested in cool distress hats, awesome quality hoodies that when you can wash them, it'll still look the same way, right? And then even a book bag for your kid, or maybe for you wanted to rep the No Tact Talk brand. The logo was actually embroidered in, so it's pretty thick. So I took time to make sure that I got you guys some good quality merchandise. Anyway, also you can go on the episode tab as well. And I also have my favorite scriptures that were featured on the podcast as well. And if you want to contact me in any form of fashion, all of the socials are right here, or you can hit us up on email and I can respond to the email from wherever you are around the world. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And that's pretty much it. Really quick, right? Go check out the website. I think it's a super cool place to be. And yeah, if you ever have any quick questions, you can go to the bottom right hand part of the screen of the website as well. And they go straight to my phone. If you have any questions or inquiries at all, let me know, and I'll be sure to respond to that. So let's get back to the latest episode of the No Tact Talk podcast. Peace.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that for me in terms of body positivity for myself. One thing that has helped me that I always try to tell women, like when they're, because a lot of women come to me like, oh my gosh, Chelsea, your confidence. How did you, like, what did you do? And so I don't know when I started this, but one day I stood in the mirror naked. That's the main thing. You got to be naked. And you have to say it out loud.
My camera just fell.
The camera just fell.
Keep going, girl.
See, look, you got to stand in the mirror and say, I love my body. And you have to say it out loud. Because granted, when you're standing in the mirror, you have all this time to focus on the things that you hate about your body. And when it's all in your mind. And so if you say, I love my body inside your mind and not out loud, all the things are like backfiring on all of the thoughts that are in your head are overpowering the I love my body.
That's good.
So when you say it out loud, you have no choice but to open your mouth. Even if it's not true, that's the faking it till you make it. Right. You have to fake it. Like there are days when I don't feel like I love my body. I'm not always this, oh, I love my body and I can wear this. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm bloated. And like I don't feel comfortable. But at the end of the day, if I take that moment for me to just be like, okay, I love my body. Yeah. It's a lot right now, but I'm still going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it until it becomes true in my mind.
So, at least from a guy's perspective, you got to help me out.
Yeah.
Because there's no, like, perfect. Because, we see, like, Kim
Nobody's perfect.
Well, okay, so, like, how do I say this?
From a guy's perspective.
Well, no, because it's like, where's the bridge between, like, healthy versus, because our body types are great.
Because you can be skinny and not be healthy.
And be terribly unhealthy.
Unhealthy. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But like, is it like, okay, I personally want to look this way, or is it like I'm this way and I'm just okay with it? Because I feel like, because you still want to go be healthy, go before a wall, whatever, right? So like, where's the?
I got something for you.
Okay.
Okay, so
help me out.
I'm gonna help you. Because again, if you feel comfortable with your body how it is now, there's still room for improvement. Not saying that you are, you're not obsessed with the fact of I gotta get to this goal weight. It's more so like I want to feel healthy. I want to feel good for my body. Yeah, because you only have one body, and you don't want to spend time wasting in terms of hating your body. Like it's just a waste. You only get one body.
Why does it have to be hate though? Because you
could
hate.
Just say people hate their bodies.
Well, no, I'm saying maybe I don't know.
Yeah, people literally hate their bodies, and they will clearly say, "I hate my body." Yeah, all the time.
But I'm thinking again, help me out. I'm
not
asking for the
something that has helped me. Okay, I used to hate working out, and it used to be a thing of I would dread it, and I would, if I missed a day or something, I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I missed a day. I can never get to my goal weight." Take the pressure off of that. Like when you start thinking like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk. It's helping me to ease my mind, the stresses of life, but I'm going for a walk. That's exercise right there. Oh, I'm going to go for a run. We run. That's a way to get the pressure off of, I need to be in the gym. And I got to the point where if I miss days, maybe even a week, I never talk down on myself about missing that week. That's me saying, my body needed that rest. And I get back to it.
So it's more mental.
It's first. A mental, yes.
Get yourself like in a
everything better place. That you do in life is always going to be a mental.
Okay.
Everything, every step, even with your finances, it starts with the mental.
That's good. I feel better.
Yeah, you feel better.
Because you walk, we still use Walmart.
Yeah.
Y'all can, sponsor this by the way. But no, you can,
not Walmart.
We have those initial, we have those initial judgments, which is natural. And you might see something based off of what you've seen in your past, and it might be, oh wow,
like you really want that,
anything. And so I'm trying to and you helping me out a lot. Yeah. This podcast definitely has grown me up.
Oh,
I'm trying to especially for the fellas, because all we see is stuff, video vixens on Instagram, Kim K's, whatever else, and I feel like we're not able to appreciate, for lack of better words, a regular woman without comparing her to what media would be.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, how do I look at something that might not be what I ideal or might see as beautiful?
Yeah.
I'll look at it and still know that, because
it's beautiful.
People can gloss over it. Okay, don't get me wrong, I love God. You know what? I'm not going to have no camera today.
No, you're not.
It's fine.
Yep.
People can look at me and say, I love, God's good.
Yeah.
Love everybody. And that's true. That's great. True. Yeah. But we're still human. So I'm not going to gloss over that and act like I'm not going to have my preconceived notions. So
and it's okay
I think it's just a mind change for us and not more so for y'all. Because, yeah, you do it for yourself, and that's amazing, but you wouldn't even feel any type of way if we weren't so crazy and stupid and mean.
Right.
Like
crazy, stupid mean.
just that's just the world that we live in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I want to ask, too, before we get off of that, what do you think about the Lizzo situation?
That's my girl. Yes.
Let's talk about that for me.
Let's talk about Lizzo.
Yeah, I'm glad it's okay.
I love my girl. So she is the prime example of that body positivity and being confident in what she has and not caring. She does not care. Like, she literally showed her butt.
I follow her on TikTok.
On Instagram and did not care. And I missed it. I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
I missed that live. So I feel like,
well, okay, it's like, and I combat it. Shout out to Lizzo.
She's not for everyone.
Huh?
She's not for everyone.
No, it's not about that. Okay,
but that's what it is about.
That's your whole identity, though. Is that your whole identity? I'll give you
what?
Because they compare her to Jill Scott. I don't want to say she's similar. I don't know. She's a big woman as well, right?
Yeah.
But she ain't out here just every day doing the same stuff.
No,
she didn't do it when she was Lizzo age either. She made it focus on her craft, but she is a singer. Now, if she was a model, I feel like it would make more sense. I could be wrong in saying that, but I'm just saying, like, okay, that's great. You're in an industry where one person looks the same way. We got it. That was like 2 years ago. That's just where I'm at now.
But everybody can't be the same. And so Lizzo is just, like, if you follow Lizzo, then you know, like, she's team too much. She's going to be extra.
Okay, that's also true.
She's going to be, like, that's the role that she plays. That's what she brought out. From the very beginning, she's always been extra. So now this whole change of, like, oh, she's doing too much, but she's been like this whole entire time. It's not a surprise.
And then the media just tried to flip it. I think her and Rihanna were the same thing at one point in time. That was
that little mesh outfit.
So weird, right?
Yeah, but then another thing, some of the pictures that they chose weren't giving her the angles that she deserved.
Right.
It's all about the angles too. So if you grabbing pictures that make her unflattering, it's like, dang, you're not giving her any type of justice of how she looked in this outfit. Because she wore that outfit. She looked good.
She did.
So, because there were pictures that she took, and then there were pictures that were like those
side,
off-guard pictures.
Yeah.
Nobody want to see the off-guard pictures.
They had Rihanna on the red carpet. I remember that. Yeah.
Nobody, like, everybody hates the off-guard pictures because it's like, I wasn't ready and you didn't get my angle. So, of course, it's going to be like, ugh.
That's another thing, too. I love that she's like that. And she, again, unapologetic about it as well. But I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's probably my fault for thinking like that. For thinking that she's doing too much.
Yeah, but she is doing too much in terms of that's just who she is.
But I'm just as amazed when she got the flu, right? I think the flu, and she's doing something crazy. I'm just as amazed because she can do too much with that as well, and she doesn't get like a lot of kickback.
You're thinking about all the
I am because we see the comments and everything like that. And,
what's wrong with doing too much?
No, I'm the king of doing too much.
Who cares?
Right.
Like, you going to Walmart, that's doing too much. But it's like, exactly, is it?
I'm up now.
Because it's like so many people are like, oh, they're doing too much. Like they're like that with Chloe Bailey.
Enough.
Ooh, you're not doing enough.
And Chloe, she all hip. She cool, but I think she mostly hip.
Yeah, I still love Chloe.
She dope.
But she doesn't care what people say either.
Do you think that people think she kind of like sold out? Like people saying like she like the devil and Illuminati and stuff. You heard about that?
She the mini Beyonce, the Illuminati.
I don't know.
With the fire. Yeah, when they start adding fire, and it's like, oh, she sold her soul.
But why is it always something like that? Initially, when they come out, it's always something like grungy red. It's think about it. I'm on
No, we're not doing that today. with Chloe, she's team extra too. She's always been like that.
I love her personality.
Look at her on Grownish.
I'm sorry, thinking about those. Chloe, yeah, she's super chill though.
She's real chill.
And if she needs to, Beyonce it up, she does.
She does.
That's respect. All right.
I love it.
I love this too. Now we're moving on to the second book. We have here in my hand that I'm going to buy some Zoe. Chelsea Evans. Evans, not Piper. Ding. All right.
Evans.
A couple's guide to building generational health. So it's kind of a switch in topic.
It is.
Right? So what brought this on?
Ooh, a lot of people ask that because I normally talk about the whole body positivity, inspiration. Then I come out with this financial book, right? Got a little side eyes. I'm like, Chelsea, what is this? So that's me stepping out.
Okay.
So what came about the book is that, again, my story is never for me. It's always to help somebody else. And so we went through a struggle in our marriage. I will talk about this, Corlin. Yes, I will.
He's about to drop the camera and
yeah. He's like, dang, she about to share this story.
That's good though.
So, no tact.
That's it.
So, the first few years is always the hardest. Like, that was when the marriage will make or break you, those first few years.
Yeah.
And so, I want to say second year, that's when things got really tough for us. He had lost his job, and he decided, like, he has his business, and he felt like, okay, I lost my job. I'm going to go into full-time now. And I don't think we were ready for, I know we weren't ready for that. Looking back, I'm like, that was not the right move for us. He never looked for another job. It was more so like, I have this business, I'm going to run it, we're going to be good. Oh my God.
Now, what did you tell him in that moment? Because as men, we need to hear some positive feedback.
I gave him positive feedback, which is why he didn't I believed in what he was trying to do. And so I was open and willing to be like, okay, we're going to do this. Okay. I believe in you. I support you. The biggest thing. I support you.
But in the back of your head, you like, this got crazy.
Not in the back of my head. I was more so like, okay.
In the front of your head?
In the front too, it was like, okay, we gonna get it together. Something's got to give. So we went on, and things were just messing up. Like, sometimes when you're like, we still have my income, which is great, but it was like, ooh, okay, that one income cannot sustain both of us. Like, it's
tight.
It's tight. And then we started having car trouble.
Don't that happen? Man, you could have that budget down to a T,
but, like,
and that car just started
the car.
Oh my God!
Why do you decide to start like messing up?
All of a sudden, you
when we don't have the money to do this.
One constant in my life.
Real, like, oh my God!
I feel it.
So, that moment we were struggling, and it was like we can't even get the car fixed, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? So then we have this amazing couple that is our friends. They're the Grant Nation, Robin and Lester. Shout out to y'all. They did this amazing thing. They have such a giving heart, and I would never, like, they're also in the book too. Like, I spoke about this because that was a life-changing moment. They decided to pay for the expenses to get the car fixed. Your friends are like, hey, we got you. But first, before we, help you with the car getting fixed, we're going to work on a budget plan with you.
See, that's good.
They sat us down, like, before they, gave us the money to pay off the car. They was like, hey, we're going to go for the budget. What are you guys spending? What's happening? He doesn't have a job right now. This is what we can work on, making sure that your, expenses are covered. And so we went through that. And then it got to the moment where it's like, okay, in order for me to start working on the budget and, we're coming together. Oh, and he also did get a job. He was working at GNC. So that was another thing. So that, not doing what he wants to do, but doing what he needs to do to support our family.
One time for the husband.
So, those things, like, because we have to sit down and talk about that too. Those tough conversations, you have to have them because it's like, yeah, I support you. I support in what you're doing, but in the meantime,
Meantime, between time.
Let's get something rolling in to help with our finances. Like, it needs to be done. So during that moment, after we had the budget meeting with our friends, we decided, like, okay, let's be for real about continuing on with these meetings and gearing towards working on our budget and our finances. And so the first thing that happened was, like I talk about in the book, is that you have to change your mindset.
Okay.
It has to be, you have to stop saying, oh, I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. Like, I couldn't keep, being like that person to, oh, like, we're only on one income. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. No, we have to think positive about what we're doing in this moment. Like, it does not work the more you think negative about it, because it does not change the situation. It does not change. It doesn't. So that was the main, like, that's how I got to this book. It was as I stopped being negative towards the money and I started writing things down and we started budgeting. We had budget meetings every week. We actually need to pick that back up with the weekly budget meetings.
What does that look like, having a budget with your man or your spouse?
Ooh, arguments. It's tough. Arguments.
So you start having a budget meeting? Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So this is under 2 incomes at this point or 1 income?
It's under 2 incomes at this point, because now we're like, okay, trying to focus in and make sure, because then he had 2 jobs at that point. Mm-hmm. So
Kevin Gates. Sorry.
Yeah. So it was getting better as we started communicating and started, like, really being like, once I started telling him, like, hey, I really need to start looking for something, or, did you look at this? And the more you communicate with your partner, the better that it
becomes. Because the tension kind of falls every time. It's like, all right, we're going to talk about this anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's how the budget meetings look. Like, it's that reminder, like, you're looking at a mirror and this is what you see. And it can be tough looking at the numbers. It's like, dang.
Can we bring wine to the meetings?
Yes, you can bring wine to the meeting.
Tequila.
You can bring whatever you want to the meeting.
Depends on how bad your finances are. Is this a tequila budget meeting or a wine budget meeting?
You might need that sometimes, because it's like, ooh, because those numbers, and then you start, like, you want something, and then you have to be like, we can't get that this month, and then it's like, dang, I really wanted that. No, got to hold off.
The best people I've seen, even working through finance in general, is like they're, again, unapologetic about talking to with other people. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times I think as married couples, we don't talk about our issues with other. I mean, you got to put people in your business. Right. But, like, especially if they come to visit. And they might see, I don't know, a savings little piggy or something on the table. Like, girl, just reminds us to save money because, we went through this, blah, blah, blah. And it just creates, a good environment. Right. And now you helping somebody else.
But here's the thing. If you never talk about your problems with your friends, it doesn't it doesn't help you, because, say, for instance, me and Corlin didn't talk to our friends about what was happening with our car. You never would have got it. We never got it fixed.
Speak up. Go to Walmart. Speak up. Yell in the produce section.
So we got to be in a produce section?
Yeah. That's the busiest part of the.
The busiest part.
It is. Because where do you go? You go grocery shopping. Straight to the fruit. Take that right, that left.
You wouldn't do this at HEB?
Yeah, I do right now.
Don't do it right now.
We could go record. I would do it right now. And I would say anything.
You're not doing that.
I would do it. I think it's free.
No. Yeah, Wilson County.
Right. I'm saying, because I kept thinking about this on the way over here, is because if you're like me, if you listen, if you're no tactician, talk about that in a second.
Okay.
It's, we get so tired of people telling us how to be and how to act in the world. All these rules, even from, like, talk about from a kid where I was in the line, I was being told what to do. We have our job, we have our wife, our spouse, whatever. Yeah. Do this. And like you said, we have to find something for ourselves. And it's not going to stick. It's like going to church. That's so good. And Monday I'm back doing what I was doing.
Because you didn't write it down.
You didn't make it plain. I could write everything you said down and forget it tomorrow and lose this book. I'm just being honest. But until I say, hey, legit, I don't know. I might put it like on my dog's cage, or put it always in my face, or just somewhere I'm always gonna see it. Yeah. Like, we do that on the refrigerator, because every time I come in the house, I always open the refrigerator, whether I'm hungry or not. Yeah, but I know myself, so I'm like, I gotta do something to where, hey, I gotta get balanced in my head, make it stick, because it's so much information out there. We're living this world of just 10-second videos, 30-second clips that we can't soak up even in these pages. It's not even a Harry Potter book. It's a quick read, y'all.
It's a quick, it's a very quick read because it's a 21-day guide and it's a journal, so you can write in it. But some people are like, I'm gonna just read it all the way through.
I'll be out with 7. That's what people say.
Yeah.
People can't even take the antibiotics for the whole time. They start feeling better. Don't even take the rest, and they stick again. Think about it.
For real, hard-headed. Like, oh, I'm feeling better.
That's
and
me.
Then, that's you.
Yes.
There's a lot of people like
that's
me,
what
so
I'm saying.
don't worry about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I do this. That's why I'm so glad that she's here because we're giving both sides.
Yeah.
Both perspectives.
We're helping each other.
Okay.
And then, so with the book, it's still another inspirational guide.
It is. Too. Everything I saw here was very encouraging.
I still want to help other people. So it still falls in line with the first book and who I am as a person. Because it's based off of my struggle, my husband's struggle. It's based off of us. And I'm just sharing it because someone else needs to see it. Somebody else needs to read it. So that way they know what to do when something like that happens.
And then everything you're putting out, because everything, y'all look at her up even a little bit, it's all consistent.
Very consistent.
It's very consistent. That's one thing.
Corlin helps me with that.
The powerhouse behind the lights.
Content.
He's solid.
He's like, we got to do content today. And I'm like, really?
It's a lot.
It's a lot to do content.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just, whew.
Y'all pray for us, content creators and entrepreneurs.
It's a real thing. It's a job.
It's a real thing to take a chance in yourself, to put yourself out there, to put yourself on a book, to, post anything. And it means something to you. Because
everyone's watching at that point.
And it's there forever. You delete it, but somebody still took a screenshot. It's
for real. They take the screenshot. And they're like, what is this? Oh, you see her doing that over there? Look what she got on. You see her wearing?
You remember November 12, 2016? When people do that. You gotta push past the hate, people.
Push past the hate.
Random question of the day.
Oh.
I don't want to keep you all day.
Okay.
We're in our last 2 segments.
This is fun.
They are the patented segments of Tact Talk podcast.
Okay.
As people are listening, it's a very informal podcast. I like to keep it that way because it's realistic. But last season we did, if you have any superpower, what would it be and how it's used to make money? We're done with that.
Okay, that's not it. I was just thinking. Dang, okay.
You can answer if you want.
No, I don't want to answer. I want the new one.
But there's a No Tact Talk hat in the house, and we put a bunch of different little sheets of paper in there, and we pull out a random question of the day.
Okay.
This
is
fun.
And
just so happened.
Okay, what's the question? Oh, I'm nervous.
No, it's cool. Aside,
because I don't.
So in your case, aside from the Bible, preface that. What is your favorite book of all time?
Ooh, of all time, besides the Bible.
Not your own either.
Not my own.
Balance.
No. Ooh, of all time.
Give people a good read besides your books, like biology.
Ooh, all right. I'm trying to keep it. I was the one who read like the romance novels all the time.
Why not? Let's throw some Zane in there.
Yeah, I was just.
Go ahead.
Thank you, because I was like, ooh, addicted.
Okay.
Zane. Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard it here, ladies. And fellas, I don't know what you like, but addicted.
Because it was a real story.
Yeah.
Versus all her other stories, it was just like. But that one was a real story and a real I even cried at the end.
What?
Yeah.
I personally never read. I saw some blogs and stuff on it. It's very interesting. I remember, never forget it. I was in the library. This is a summer job in high school. This lady, she probably 4'11", super sweet lady, and she would take these stacks of romance novels. We had a really big section, downtown library, Birmingham, Alabama. She would take 10. And come back in 2 days, and come in a cycle.
Oh my gosh, I have another book too.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, Brenda Jackson. She had this series.
Go ahead.
The Medeiros Family series. It was a whole series worth of books of these men, but it would always be oh, somebody got kidnapped. Let me go save her or something. And they will be the knight in shining armor of rescuing the women in their lives.
There you go. See, I don't even know that.
Brenda Jackson.
You're welcome.
Yeah. She has so many. I'm trying to think of a name. There's Fire and Desire. And that one was my favorite one. Fire and Desire.
All right. You heard it here first. So,
yes.
I don't really have a favorite book.
You don't?
I think, let me try to guess. Let's make it really awkward and silent for a second. Okay. Y'all just press 15 seconds on the iPod thing or double tap it.
No.
on the YouTube link. I don't know. Well, I think I like the Steve Jobs. I think it's the biography or autobiography. I forgot which one it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm weird. A lot of self-help stuff I like, but I like his story because he's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
He's an eccentric.
Yeah.
Right? You know, he had his partner creating Apple. He wanted to obviously make money. Nothing wrong with that, but he was all about for the people, the whole dynamic or whatever. But how the first iPod was made, I'm sure everybody knows the story, but he kind of secluded himself for each iPod, iPad, whatever, to do something and to just know himself that much to where he felt like he had to be in this environment.
Yeah.
That's how we get the great things in the world. Is when people get beside themselves. You have people taking like LSD back in the day, or even like Beethoven, or doing something crazy just to spark some type of something. Because everybody got something.
Everybody got something.
What are you willing to do to spark that thing? You know? So I like his whole story.
Oh, that's a word.
Ooh.
What are you gonna do to spark it?
Everybody got a spark plug. They gotta use it.
I'm gonna carry that one.
Cool.
I am.
A second segment is the scripture. So this scripture, I'm not ever changing this segment ever.
Okay.
No matter if we talk about toothpicks, God, whatever, I always want people to get some type of word when they leave here. Whether you believe or not is what it is. But it's from 1 Peter, 3rd chapter, 3 and 4. Again, nobody's ever gonna get the scripture, so I would say Jesus wept at the end. I don't know. We might end up at Jesus wept or 1 Kings. Lysol begot sweet coconut, begot glass, begot balance. So nice. You know that whole
balance begot God's boundary.
Being Revelations talking about Jesus came back. You never know. If I get that far, it'd be great. Yeah. It says, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Ooh. Read that one more time for the people in the back.
Your beauty, saying NIV. I always good on translation there.
Yeah.
Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. That's cool.
Yeah.
Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is great worth in God's sight.
That's what people gravitate towards the most, especially for me. Like, they notice my confidence, but they're like, your spirit, your personality, what's inside of you is what gravitates. Like, Quinn always tell me, like, if he goes somewhere, people are looking for me. Like, oh, where's Chelsea?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not with him, because it's like they're really looking for that spirit. Like, you might be the only light that people see.
Isn't that exhausting, though? For me,
no, because
I'm up there for a lot of people, but I'm like, who filling me up? My wife, for sure. Shout out to wife. You know,
but that's the thing. You can't pour from an empty cup. So I know, like, I know when to take time for myself, because if I'm doing too much for other people, not doing too much for other people, but if
it feels like that sometimes.
It does. You know what? It does feel like that, but it feels like, I can't be everything for everyone else, so I need to take a break for myself.
What does that look like?
Me sitting on the couch watching TV.
What's your favorite show?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I have. Are we about to go down the show?
We got like 5 more minutes. I forgot.
Oh my gosh, what's my favorite show?
Yeah. What? That's what I'm saying. How do you keep your peace so you can fill yourself up?
That's how I keep my peace. Okay. I have a couple of shows, but one of my biggest shows is Big Brother. Oh. I love Big Brother.
You watched it before? I told them away.
Yeah, I played around with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Is it good?
It's so good.
Okay.
It's the first Black winner this year.
Really?
Yes. So I've been, and it was a 6-member alliance that were all Black. Never happened before.
First time it was all Black.
Never happened.
That's why I stopped watching it.
That's why we kept watching The Voice. What show we could watching?
We stopped watching
We could watch AGT because always a little kid won. And nothing wrong with the little kid. It was always a 6-year-old kid with like cancer or something. And I get it. He can sing. He beat cancer. But you have like these people that's like doing backflips over a fire, shooting bullets, catching them and stuff. But this little kid, look,
the sympathy.
Come on, fam.
It's the sympathy. Like, So I watched that, and I have Netflix shows.
For sure.
Insecure.
Yeah.
And I just finished You on Netflix. That was good.
Don't spoil
Squid Games. That was good.
It's Squid Game.
Squid.
Oh,
It's game.
Game. Oh,
I
my
can
bad.
do it
Squid
as
Game.
Get them together.
What's game? What's one game that you know you would lose?
Oh my gosh.
Is
All
it,
of them.
Is it the one where they were scratching the little thing on the side?
That little umbrella thing? Was
No,
hard.
I probably would have lost the tug of war.
What?
No, but the strategy they had was really good on
Because they were weaker, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a good strategy, but my nerves would have been all over the place. I wouldn't have lasted through the red light, green light. I would have been out. I would have got shot. That first game.
I think honestly, after if I could make it through red light, green light, I could get used to people getting shot. 'Cause at this point, I got it. Just get used to the power, you know.
Because I know
Did
that
y'all
stuff.
go ahead.
Oh,
Did y'all do the conversion for the money? It was like $50,000.
Per person that died, it was like
It was
no.
only
No,
50
the whole
grand?
and for us, it was like
Oh, yeah.
30 million won or something.
no,
it was like 50 grand when it's translated over.
it was more than 30. It was
in-
456.
Like 460 billion.
One, but when it's
Yeah.
translated to the United States,
It was
It
like
wasn't.
2 point something million.
Yeah,
that's
it was
oh
a lot.
exactly.
It's 2.3 million.
That's
Yeah, it
terrible.
was something.
That's not bad.
But
What?
each person that died, like the first couple times, it was like $50 went into the pot. I'm like, that's all your life.
Maybe it
That was
it
$50.
increased or
It was
something.
like $50. It
Oh.
was like so many won. And I'm like,
You
how
could
much
go to
it is?
Korea
It was
and
like
ball
$50.
$50.
$50 US.
People were willing to die over some money.
Man,
That-
It's much easier to get one.
That's true.
that's right.
But
You
still,
take
like-
$100,000, you a king.
That's not being balanced. And of course, you can never be balanced.
Bring it back to the book. Bring it back to the book.
You know,
I'm
like
sorry.
those people were willing to play these games because they were in so much debt.
Yeah.
So much, like they owed
Yeah.
so much money.
Wouldn't it die?
And
if
they
you
were
get
willing
the
to
book
die for
balanced, you won't have to go play Squid Game.
You won't have to go play Squid Game, but also you need to have the mindset of it's a marathon.
Okay, Nipsey, come on. Go
It's
ahead.
a
You gotta
marathon.
break that down and we out. Go
It's a
ahead.
marathon. Like no one will ever be fully balanced. You can just get there. Like you
Mhm.
can continue to strive for it,
Mhm.
but you won't be balanced until you're going to heaven. Like
Mhm.
it's a continuation. It's ongoing. And then I always talk about like for singles, like they're looking at the book like, oh, it's for couples. It's called preparing to get in any type of
Yeah.
relationship. You need to read more. You need to know like, okay, if I was in a relationship, how do I want to handle finances? How do I want to speak with my partner
It's like
about
first
this?
through 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to just, oh, I'm in this relationship now, and then you don't know how to talk to them about your finances. Because if you're working
Mhm.
towards a common goal, it has to be talked about. Because then you start living together and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, so I'm talking about the finances. Like, what are we doing?
Rip the Band-Aid off. Have the
Gotta
hard
rip
conversations.
the Band-Aid off. It has to be ripped off.
I feel that. Okay.
Mhm.
Listen. Y'all heard it here first. Any last thoughts before we get out of here? For the people. Where can we find you? Last
Yes, you
thoughts,
can
all
find me
that
on
stuff.
Instagram, Pinned by Chels. That is PENNED by Chels, CHELS. On all social media points. Oh, this camera. Hubby is trying to tell me it's this
That
camera.
one.
I'm looking at that camera. Pinned by Chels on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm barely on Twitter. I'm trying to get better.
Me too. It's
hard.
it's
And
the thing.
TikTok. I'm not on
TikTok is a beast.
TikTok. You on TikTok?
Barely.
Oh yeah, I
He
can't
saw
do
my
TikTok.
TikTok and destroyed it. He was like, it's trash. Do better. This is not appealing to anybody.
Carla will tell you. He will definitely tell you. Like he'll look at your
It's so bad. I
like
be
he'll go on
trying.
your IG account and be
swear.
like, you need to change your bio. You
Listen,
need
just start
to your
over.
aesthetics
Just put
are
bleach over the
not.
whole thing. Do you even like no TikTok? You was
Do you even support me? Like, dang, I'm
the
trying.
name, the logo. You know what I'm saying? I was
Everything.
gonna get somebody else to do this. Just about get out of there.
So yes,
No.
Pinned by Chels. PENNED
Mm-hmm.
by Chels.
That's what's up. We're gonna put all that in the bio,
Huh?
in the description.
Where can you find the book?
Oh, pinnedbychels.com.
Boom.
Everything is Pinned by Chels. Make it easier on you.
And if you didn't hear that, didn't catch it, through all my laughter, it's gonna be in the description.
The book
on the
is
YouTube
$20.
video. Yep.
So, and you can also find God's Foundry on Amazon as well for $10.99.
Boom. Heard it here first. Get the party pack, get the balance, get the foundry.
Yes.
And that's actually balanced because
Mhm.
you get finance and you get the price.
You have the process
crushing.
of the crush. Yes. The pressure. All of this is pressure. Like, it's all pressure.
That's what's up. Well, this has been another edition of the No Tact Talk podcast. It's always a reminder. to live life on purpose, and to always live with a little no tact in your life. Peace.